You made a great point at some point. I just was reading this. Like, we all have issues, which is a lighter term than problems, that are difficult or challenging, depending how we want to frame it. And so if we fix all these issues, then what? We get into this neutral zone? Like because that seems to be the big goal, to get feeling better than we feel now, right?
Right.
So what happens when we feel so good, like it all is well? Then what?
And
we're still alive in the physical form.
Right, and that's a wonderful point. I would take it a step further and say, even when we're not feeling good, is, fixing this problem and feeling good really what we're after? I would suggest not. That even from a place of not feeling good, I don't want to fix my problem. I want to have not only no problem, but I want to have joy and happiness and savor the pleasure of life. So by paying attention to fixing our problems, we are energizing that state of consciousness of lack and problem and unhappiness. And even if we get somewhere in fixing those problems, which is somewhat dubious,
with the focus on them,
with that focus on them, then we haven't really gotten anywhere, as you pointed out. I mean, it's like Einstein said, you can't solve a problem at the same level that the problem is created on.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm suggesting here is that by focusing on pleasure, even if it's just a little bit more pleasure, that we are headed in the direction of going way beyond just solving our problems. We're creating the life that we want.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the main focus, not just fixing problems. That's not good enough. We want to go beyond. We want to get to a place beyond healing, to a place of really thriving and enjoying and savoring our lives.
What if one has trouble accepting that they're worthy of all that pleasure and good feeling? Like that we have to sort of have a blend of doing things we don't want to do and feeling things that aren't as great as other feelings. Like, I think it's a challenge for some people to really change that default to, oh, well, I guess I better do this, or I have to do this, or this is the way it is. Like, how do you have a simple technique for making that leap to making your default a little higher vibration, so that, like, maybe step by step you're getting that default higher?
What you're describing is a belief in personal identity,
Mm-hmm.
that one is not worthy enough.
Right. A belief, yes, beliefs.
So this comes back to changing that belief, which requires looking at who we are from a different perspective. Now, we all have lots of beliefs. Beliefs can be changed relatively easily. But very often we identify with our beliefs, and changing our identity is harder.
Mm-hmm. There's more at stake.
Right. Because if we lose the identity that we think we are, then who are we?
Mm-hmm.
And that can be frightening if you're concerned about not knowing who you are.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's wonderful and delicious when you do it.
Take his word for it.
Do. So then you look to see what other perspective you might have about yourself.
Right.
I recommend that a perspective of being an essential, integral part of all that is,
Mm-hmm.
is a more realistic identity than not being worthy. I mean, we're here on Earth. This magnificent being. I mean, this magnificent place. We're magnificent beings in a magnificent place. And we wouldn't be here if we weren't worthy.